Hi, folks, on a Sunday evening. Hope you have had a blessed day. Let's take a look at some of our tower cam views here across Cenla briefly. Mostly cloudy sky at the Rapides Regional Medical Center, looking north across toward the Curtis Coleman Bridge across the old Red River. We're seeing clouds. We saw some rain over there earlier in the day. That shower has passed through and is out of here temporarily, but there are other showers out there. We'll look at radar shortly. And someone having a little bit of fun there going under the bridge. Toledo Bend, 78 degrees. We see a mostly cloudy sky in that direction, and maybe from time to time, it's in the distance, we're still seeing some showers up in that location as well. And let's get to the radar and see what's happening at a broad scale. You can see that the coverage is kind of hit and miss today, but the coverage, at least, even though it's scattered, it's persistent enough. You see it coming in from the east and the southeast. It's covering most folks. I think most folks today I had 80% up. And I still think that's a pretty good forecast. Let's come into the area, go back about an hour in the view and see where the heavier rain is. Let's start up in Wind Parish where we're seeing a thunderstorm there just passed through Winfield, and you folks are still getting it. It's heading westbound out toward Gum Springs and that area now. And then to the north and northwest of the Natchitoches area, some folks up in that area traveling on I-49 up there around Allen, they're getting a little rain. Sabine, well, it's hit and miss, mostly in the northern part of the parish coming into Vernon. Not much happening except in the southeast part where we're seeing some showers and thunderstorms coming. Some pretty heavy cores there with an outflow boundary in Beauregard Parish. There we go again. It's hit and miss, but if you're between DeRidder and Dry Creek, we've got some heavy rainfall happening in that direction. A lone shower thunderstorm there in Allen Parish to the northeast of Kinder, and a little something happening there just east, just to the north and west of Eunice and St. Landry. Some isolated showers there. And you see all this is moving to the west and toward the northwest. In Avoyelles, it's scattered with some showers, occasionally a thunderstorm, and going into Rapides. Let's see here. Here's outflow, and here's another one coming from this area of convection. So if they merge in Vernon Parish, that means a pretty good chance that they'll increase the coverage at least just a bit. You can see how heavy some of these cores are. They're just near and south of the Hineston area. And then in the city proper, especially on the south side, we're seeing some rain. And some folks out in Colleen, well, you might get ready for a little rain. I think it's coming your way across from the DeVille area, heading westbound. And then just hit and miss as we go through portions of Catahoula, Concordia Parish. Not much happening on the Saw, though. So you kind of get the idea what's happening here for today. Not certainly as heavy or persistent as it was yesterday, but at least it's adding up. It accumulates. The upper level pattern and the surface pattern, we still see a lot of cloudiness in the Gulf of Mexico where we're monitoring that for tropical development. There's still a surface trough close to the Texas coast. There's an upper level feature. That upper level feature seems to be drifting to the southeast, though, and that's putting it a little bit more over the Gulf of Mexico. Futurecast coming in with tomorrow morning, say 7 o'clock. If you're one of the folks who have to labor on Labor Day, well, here's your forecast. I don't think too much is going to happen. Our rain chances tomorrow will once again be limited to the PM hours, and I think less coverage tomorrow than today. So fewer of you get wet tomorrow than got wet for today. And Futurecast going into the Tuesday timeframe back at 7 o'clock, and there it's back to work and school. Maybe a few hit and miss showers that morning. Otherwise, I think it will mostly be in the PM hours, and not a lot of it Tuesday either, but it ramps up on Wednesday. 20% chance of a tropical development there in the eastern Atlantic. There'll be a tropical wave coming off the African coast tomorrow, so it could encounter some favorable conditions as it moves into the eastern Atlantic. We're still carrying this 40% area across the Caribbean, especially in the central and western Caribbean. I think that's where the best chance of any tropical development would be. And there's that surface trough just off the southeast or upper Texas coast there. We're watching that. Been watching that for several days. A pretty persistent feature, but it's not doing much. That's good news. But it has brought some much needed rain to folks here across portions of southeast, east central, northeast Texas, and much of Louisiana, and even points eastward from there in places. All right, 7-day forecast. Then let's sum it all up. For your Monday and Tuesday, pretty much PM, 30 to 40% there. But it's heating up, 92, 93. Some of you will be in the middle 90s, and so that means heat indices will be with us once again, but certainly not what we had before this wet spell started. Heat indices maybe 105 at the worst. So still, don't overdo it. Wednesday, Thursday, as we see it, once again, a little weather coming out of the west and northwest in advance of the front. I'm going to put the front coming through kind of a Wednesday, Thursday time frame. It's not going to blast through or anything like that. It's attached to an upper level feature. And so it's going to be kind of slow, but we got 2 days of some rain there. Could be some locally heavy stuff going on those days. Notice the downturn in temperature during the day. And then Friday, 30% as finally the rain begins to get out of here. And Saturday and Sunday next weekend, it looks like a glorious weekend. Look at those morning temperatures in the 60s. Enjoy that and enjoy humidity and even lower temperatures in the low to middle 80s there for Saturday and Sunday of next week. We'll know that as next weekend, so we got that to look forward to. But if you haven't received the rain that you want or need so far, you got a good shot of it, the likelihood of it, middle of the week. Take care. I think Nick Miklas is going to be back in the morning, so glad to have him back, and I know you will be glad to have him back. And I'll see you again probably sometime in the PM tomorrow. Take care and have a magnificent